having an absolutely fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I literally cannot, well, if you've been here before, if not, welcome to my channel. I literally cannot believe that we are this many days into 31 days of Halloween. I have seriously been loving every single day, just uploading and connecting with you guys. It's been incredible, so thank you for joining me every single day. Today's video is extra spooky because it's a paranormal game, or rather a ritual to summon the devil himself or a demon, and a lot of people are deciding to play it this Halloween. And I can't even stress enough how dangerous this game is. It could possibly be one of the most dangerous paranormal games or paranormal rituals I've ever came across, and that's saying something. So before we get into this particular paranormal game slash ritual, I think it's important to note that two of the recommendations for this ritual are that you choose a significant day. Some of these days include Friday the 13th, but the most recommended date is October 31st. Now, another recommendation is a full moon. And this year on October 31st, there is a full blue moon. So a lot of people have been talking about going and trying out this ritual to see if it really works. And in my mind, it's a complete recipe for disaster. Now, this is a game that you will play completely alone. And what you need is an empty church, a floor-length mirror, a spool of red thread, a ball of red twine or yarn, or a coil of red rope, salt, lots of it, candles, 7 of them, matches or a lighter, an excellent sense of the passage of time, optional but strongly recommended, information you seek, knowledge you wish to learn, questions you wish to ask, and answers you wish to receive. Now, basically, what this game is meant for is to summon into that mirror a demon, or some even think the devil himself, and you are both going to ask each other questions. And it's basically for people to see if something will manifest, if the devil will come, and he'll answer your questions. But something about the devil is that everything comes at a price with him, and there's always a trick to it. He's never totally honest. But let's get into how to play. Wait until a day that holds a particular kind of significance to you. October 31st is recommended, but other dates may also be permissible, such as a full moon. Before midnight, gather your supplies and enter your chosen church. Choose a room or location within the church where you are unlikely to be disturbed. In that room or location, make your preparations. Set up the mirror. It should be standing upright, such as you are able to see your full reflection, should you look into it. Take out your red thread, yarn, twine, or rope and wrap it around the mirror at least 3 times and tie it off. Wrap and tie the thread tightly enough that it stays where you have wrapped it when you let go. It should not fall to the floor. Do not allow the thread to unravel at any point during the proceedings. Create a circle of salt around the mirror. If a full circle is not possible, example, if the mirror is hanging on the wall, create a half circle of salt with each end touching the wall. Do not allow the circle to become broken at any point during the proceedings. Place the candles evenly around the perimeter of salt circle. Light them one by one, moving clockwise around the circle. Do not allow the candles to go out at any point during the proceedings. Note, these preparations should be complete at or shortly after midnight. If you take too long to complete them, the ritual will likely fail. Once your preparations are complete, shut all the doors to your location and turn off any lights. Perform a sacrilegious or blasphemous act. Suggested acts include turning a cross upside down, taking the Lord's name in vain, etc. That really bothers me. Stand before the mirror, making sure to keep the salt circle and circle of candles between it and yourself. Focus your gaze on the mirror. Focus your attention on your opponent, visualizing him, calling him there, and inviting him to join you. So just to be clear, after you've done all those things towards God, now you call upon the devil to join you. I don't see how this could possibly go wrong. Close your eyes. Calmly and evenly count to 10. Open your eyes. If you see only yourself, the ritual has failed. Turn on the lights, extinguish the candles, clear up your supplies, and depart the premises. Leave no trace of your presence. You may try again another time. If you see something else, the ritual has succeeded. Do not be alarmed, and do not meet your opponent's gaze, but neither should you allow him out of your sight at any point during the proceedings. You may proceed. You have 1 hour and 6 minutes. Begin. Here's how you play the game. Your opponent will ask you what you want. He may be direct or he may dance around the subject. Pay attention. You must determine when it is your time to respond. Do not let him out of your sight. Tell him what you want. Tell him you wish to challenge him to a game of questions and a game of answers, a game of prompts and responses. You may use whatever language you like to state your wish. However, it's recommended you be as specific as possible. Do not allow your opponent to twist your words or turn them from their meaning. Do not let him out of your sight. Once he accepts your challenge, the game will begin. Your opponent will go first. He'll ask you a question. Answer his question as accurately as you are able to. After you've answered his question, you may ask your own question. Listen to his answer. Remember it as best you can. Know, though, that it may not be true. After he's answered your question, he will ask you another of his own. Answer it, then again ask your own question and listen to his response. Proceed in this fashion for as long as you wish, or before 1 hour and 6 minutes has elapsed. Do not allow the game to run longer than 1 hour and 6 minutes, and do not let your opponent out of sight. When you've decided to end the game, thank your opponent for playing. Bow to your opponent at the waist. This is the only point at which you may let your opponent out of your sight after opening your eyes and making the challenge. While bowing, bid your opponent farewell. Rise from your bow and look into the mirror. When you are certain that you see yourself reflected in it once more, all of yourself reflected truthfully back to you, you may turn away from it and turn on the lights. Extinguish the candles, clear up the salt, leave the thread tied around the mirror. Depart the premises, taking all of your supplies with you. Leave no trace of your presence. Do not bring the mirror to your home, but store it somewhere safe. Position it so that it faces the wall or face down on the floor, and do not use it again. Make sure no one else will ever use it either. Do not allow it to break. Do not allow the thread to unravel, ever. And then it says, regarding the requirements, the church may be of any size, age, denomination. All it needs to be is empty of other people at the time of which you play. You may gain entry to the church in any way, although breaking and entering is not recommended and indeed is actively discouraged. It is, however, perhaps also worth noting that breaking and entering a place of worship may be considered blasphemous or a sacrilegious act. The mirror need not be freestanding, old, or valuable, although it may be so if you desire. However, an inexpensive option is perfectly suitable. The candles may be of any color, but 2 particular colors are suggested. White is recommended, red is strongly recommended. The salt may be run-of-the-mill table salt, just make sure you bring enough. The thread, yarn, etc. need not be specific material. The important thing is that it's red and there's enough of it to wrap around the mirror at least 3 times. You may not bring any electronic devices into the church. You may not bring any timekeeping devices with you, not even analog ones. Now do you see why an excellent sense of the passage of time is recommended? You may not bring any items of protection other than those listed among the requirements with you into the church. And you especially may not bring any items religiously significant to or depicting religious iconography associated with the belief system of the church. Guys, this game, I don't even understand it. It is so dangerous. It blows my mind, but let's continue. Regarding the dates, suggested dates include Halloween, Friday the 13th, the night of a new moon, and or the night of a full moon. So people have gotten it in their heads that this Halloween is the perfect idea, or the perfect date, because it's both Halloween and a full moon, and not just a full moon, it's a blue moon, which is rare. While this ritual is largely presented with regards to Christianity, this is not the only belief system in which the ritual may be carried out. The ritual may be adapted for any belief system as long as it has one of its core tenets, a sense of right and wrong and or good and evil. Basically meaning you are putting aside good and summoning forth evil, whatever that may be to you. Strategy. The questions asked by both players may be of any variety. They may be trivia, they may be inquiries into your darkest secrets, they may be valuable information, they may be anything at all, but choose your questions wisely. In order to receive true responses to your own questions, you must answer your opponent's questions accurately first. If you answer incorrectly, his own answer may be correct, but it may also be incorrect, an outright lie, or intended to trip you up or otherwise manipulate you. You may not attempt to make a deal or a bargain with your opponent. This isn't that type of game. So it's not a time to make a deal with the devil, it's just a time to play a little game with him and ask him questions. You may not always know when your opponent is lying to you and when he's not. You never know with the devil. This is due largely to the fact your opponent will not tell you when or if you have answered one of his questions incorrectly, if you don't know if you've answered incorrectly. If you are positive you've answered correctly but have in fact not, or even if you are simply unsure whether your best guess is accurate, then you have no way of knowing whether your opponent's answer to your own question is a truth or a lie. You may also lie. Lying may in fact be necessary in certain situations. Be careful what information you give him. Should your opponent ask for your true name, for an example, lie. Do not, under any circumstances, give him your true name. You will not, of course, receive a correct or true answer in response to your question should you answer his by lying. However, since you've lied purposely, you will at least know that his response is false. There may be other strategies you deploy against your opponent. And then it says, do not allow the conversation to get off topic. Don't ask him anything to which you don't want to know the answer. Do not look at your opponent directly in the eye while you play, but do not look away from him completely either at any point. Concerning the time limit, do not allow the question and answer game to go on longer than 1 hour and 6 minutes. If you do, you may find yourself staying where you are for quite a long time indeed. So that is the devil game. Now, I'm sure you guys heard all the different red flags in this. In my personal opinion, tampering with religious items and calling upon the devil is just a recipe for disaster. It's like Tony Spera said when we went to the Warrens Occult Museum, you can call upon a demon, you can call upon the devil, but you don't get to decide when they enter your life. And I think that it is a game not ever worth playing. If you think that a circle of salt is going to keep the devil himself from tampering with your life should he choose to do so, that is just, it just doesn't work like that. And it terrifies me that people want to play this game this Halloween. It terrifies me that on a full blue moon on Halloween night, people want to go and play this game, because I just can't see any positives coming from this particular game. You guys know I've told the story on my channel. People thought it was clickbait. People thought that I was just trying to gain subscribers and scare people, but I had a family member who the devil showed up to and tried to make a deal with him. And the most important thing to know is the devil's a liar. A deal will sound great with the devil until the terms and conditions are revealed, and there's no winning with the devil. So I wanted to share this game with you guys and just say that if any of you are thinking about playing this game, please don't. There's nothing good that could come from this. And as was stated multiple times in the game, there's no way of knowing if you'll even get a proper answer. Everything that could be told to you could be deceit and lies. And on top of that, the fact that you can't reveal your name is because there is power in your name, just as there's power in the name of a demon. In exorcisms, knowing the name of the demon gives you so much power over that demon. True names hold more power than you could imagine. And so if he asks you questions for his own good and you willingly tell him everything, he's gonna hold a power over you. Ugh, I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it's actually giving me goosebumps, and ooh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Well, you guys, that is basically the devil's game. Please, if you ever think about playing a paranormal game or a summoning ritual, just weigh out all of the pros and cons and just realize that even though people might do it and nothing happens, they turn the lights on, they dispose of the things, you could really summon something, and if not then, in the future, and it's just not worth it in my personal opinion. So please stay safe this Halloween, you guys, and that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would absolutely love more than anything in this world for you to click that subscribe button and join the Reese's Pieces. We believe in the unbelievable, and in my humble opinion, I feel like we're one of the greatest families on the internet, so we would love to have you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please also give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you.